Okie dokie, boys and girls, I am going back to my old ways. We have a pull day, and lately I've been trying to do 3 pull days a week, but I figured it's not working for me, or it is working, but I just prefer my old school training where I do it twice a week, and I have this portion of strength, and then I have this portion with a bit more reps. It's not endurance, but it's just, getting a bit of a pump, and I feel like doing so gives me more time to recover. Well, it does give me more time in between workouts to recover because I have less frequency, right? I'm only doing 2 trainings a week. And yeah, it just allows me to have a bit more volume in my training because if I do those trainings 3 times a week, I have like 3 sets and that's the end of the pull workout. And it feels a bit, not like a waste of time, but it's not enough. I want to do some more training. That's basically the struggle I am dealing with. But when it comes to like structuring your training, right, you can ask yourself, like, oh, how frequently should I train? What should I do? How many sets? How many reps? But the truth is, you're not going to find out what you should do until you actually start doing something. So a couple weeks ago, I structured my training, right? I structured my training to have 1 push day a week, to have some grease the groove, to start doing more cardio. And then I also been to 3 pull days a week. And these things all just sounded good in my head, but unless you actually try, you're never gonna know it. So the best advice to how to get started is just to start, and then you will naturally just find out what's good about your training and what's not. Whether you are doing too much volume, whether you are able to recover, whether you want more frequency or not, right? You're gonna find out all of these things if you just go ahead and try. So that's what we're doing today. A classic pull workout. First, some strength and then some volume. So let's get started. All right, that was warm up set number 1. I'm gonna do another one with 5 kilos added, and then we can get to the main sets. All right, warm up sets done. Now it's time for the main sets, and that's gonna be 3 sets of 2 reps with 9 kilos, or I think about 20 pounds added to my body. So, it's low reps. That's I think why the frequent pull workouts started to wear me out a little bit. I was just doing heavy reps 3 times a week, and it takes a while to recover from that, even if it doesn't feel like that initially, right? But anyway, those are the low rep sets. Usually, I only do like 3 to 5 reps, but these are like even 2 reps, right? But the main point or the main thing I'm trying to focus on here is to improve compared to last time. So I was noticing, hey, I'm able to make gains doing 2 reps. I started with 7 kilos, then I went to 8. Now I'm doing 9 kilos, and I have kind of this mini goal, like this side quest in my mind, where I'm doing 3 sets of 2 with 10 kilos, right? And then I can move on to something else. But that's what I'm doing at the moment. That's what I'm trying to progress towards. So let's get started. Let's see how it goes. And then the second half of the workout will be a bit more volume related. All right, missed a bit on the left one, but all in all, feels like it's doable for 2 more sets. So let's give it a go. Rest time, very simple. I just have a timer that goes every 5 minutes, and then I do a set, and the remaining time is rest time or editing time, I guess. there is a clear difference between left and right. Yes. Alright, so that last sit was better than the second one. That's a positive point. But that's gonna be it for the heavy one on pull-ups today. Depending on how I can rest up, next time will be either again 9 kilos or 10. But yeah, that's very exciting. In any case, now the pull workout is not done, but I am gonna be doing a bit of greasing the groove or light push sits in between. So first of all, let's do some planche sits, and then we can move on to the second part of today's pull workout. Alright, so you might be surprised to see a planche during my pull workout, but the way I see it is I'm getting in a tiny bit of planche because planche is not my main priority at the moment. I am not training it seriously, but if I don't train it at all, I will lose my top end power. But by doing these mini workouts or grease the groove style workouts, I can maintain that strength, and at the same time, if I go straight into the next pull sit, I will not be very recovered yet. But if I just take the time, do some grease the groove, in the meantime, my back will be recovering for the coming sets as well. And so it just fits into the workout. It doesn't really affect my pull skills. In fact, it helps me recover, because otherwise I just have to sit here for 10 minutes. So I might as well do some sits anyway. And yeah, I feel like in general, it's just more of a net positive than a negative. So when you're doing a pull workout, you can do some push, greasing the groove, vice versa as well. If you're doing a push workout, perhaps you can squeeze in some pull sets. That's entirely up to you. Again, just like I said in the beginning, if you don't try it, you won't know. So give it a go and see how it feels. Anyway, 2 more sets and then we can get back to pulling. Okay, so I'm trying something new here. If you've been following the channel, you will know that at the moment, endurance, push-up endurance is my main goal. I want to get to 10 sets, have 100 reps, and in order to achieve it, lately I've been focusing on volume, and again, greasing the groove helps a lot with volume, because if you just do a small amount of push-ups each day, it's gonna add up. So for this week, the plan is to do 300 push-ups every day, except for Tuesday. That's a rest day. And then on Monday, my actual push day, takes place. And this week I did 1,200 push-ups. So I did 1,200 on Monday, but I have 5 other days where I will do 300. That's, more than doubling my volume. If I only did Monday, then I would have 1,200 push-ups, but by doing this Grease in the Groove, I have 2,700 push-ups in total. And, it's very difficult to cram in all of those reps. So, again, here, I'm just trying to integrate it into my workout. Today, I have 3 more sets left. I did 1 set of 60 this morning, 1 set of 60 just now, and I'm gonna just superset 3 more sets with pull-ups to finish this workout. And, is it the optimal pull workout? I don't know. But, I'm gonna feel something in my back tomorrow. It's some good volume, right? And, well, if I do know anything, it's that you can hardly ever go wrong with doing some push-ups and pull-up volume, So at the end of this, after 3 more sets, I will be pumped as hell and satisfied and ready to eat some dinner. So let's do the remainder of today's workout. All right. Okay, so 4 sets of 60 push-ups and 10 chest to bar chin-ups as predicted. Pumped as hell. Holy moly, guacamole. Oh, yeah, I need some dinner, but very satisfied with today's workout. A bunch of new things that I tried, a bunch of old things as well. Working out twice a week for the back. I've been doing that for a long time, but all in all, great session. I have nothing to add. I'm just tired. That's how you know you had a great session. So I'm gonna head downstairs, have some dinner, and recover for tomorrow. I don't know what training I have tomorrow. I think it's kind of a rest day. So we'll see if I turn it into a video. Anyway, see you later.